Welcome to Spitbucket, the odd spot, and we have something very odd for you. We have an Italian Pinot Noir. Not only that, we have an old Italian Pinot Noir from 1993. Now this, again, during Ellie's 8-month sojourn around Europe while we were all here working, he managed to find this somewhere in Rome. Before you open it, Tim
Yes.
again is with me.
Yes.
What are your expectations?
Well, okay, so this is made by a house that specialises in sparkling wine. So they're Bosco, really top of the line sort of stuff. So I've never tried a Pinot quite this old from Italy before, and especially not from a house that specialises in sparkling wine.
They should have good Pinot, given they're making sparkling,
exactly.
They should have good Pinot. I've tried a couple of, I think, I've probably tried them that old, but when they were much younger, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
My expectations aren't high.
Well, I actually have very high expectations.
I look forward to being proved wrong. I'd love to be proved wrong, because as far as I'm concerned, Pinot is the greatest variety in the history of mankind.
The cork looks fantastic.
Cork looks brilliant, doesn't
Cork
it?
looks like put in yesterday.
It does. You could not ask for a better cork. It's I don't know if you can see the colour. It's certainly a very old browny colour.
Very bricky.
Don't worry about colour with Pinot. Thin skins don't give the same sort of colour you get in Barossa Shiraz and other things. And even for a young Pinot, if you don't have a lot of colour, don't worry in the least. Move on. But this is an old colour.
It's very bricked.
And
on the nose, you're getting a real nice richness, almost like an Amarone sort of dried
grape.
grape.
Sort of sweet, slightly raisiny, but quite pleasant. I mean, it's obviously very old. It has got that sort of foresty, animal hide sort of character to a degree.
Okay, so not much fruit left.
No, it's very much the secondary, tertiary characters.
Yeah.
Not very long.
Not very long. Finishes a bit quickly.
That sort of, it's that sort of grippy, almost starting to fall apart a little bit on the finish. But up front, there's still some interest.
Well, I'm just looking forward to giving it a bit of air, seeing if it either falls over or comes into its own a bit.
Yeah. What we think we'll do is we're going to put these to one side while we have a look at some other wines. We're going to come back to them in 30, 60 minutes, see whether or not they've fallen over, blossomed, whatever.
Just to be fair to the wine, because 20-year-old bottle, you want to just let it come out.
So far, it's tasting a bit better than my expectations. What about you had high expectations?
I had high expectations, and it
not up to it.
Not up to it.
So higher than mine, lower than yours.
Exactly.
Okay. When we come back to it, I mean, again, I'll be surprised if it blossoms the way you'd hope, but who knows? We'll find out.
Okay, see you soon.
Indeed. Okay, it's been the best part of an hour since we last looked at the Italian Pinot.
Bosco.
Indeed, and from '93. And before we go any further, Ellie is insistent that we mention the store so you can all run out and buy some. Enoteca, Nova Scotia. Apparently not. Ellie seems to think you're all going to rush onto a plane, race to Rome and buy the last remaining 2 bottles in the store. So anyway, moving on.
Okay, we'll put it down below.
Yeah, it should currently be going across the bottom of your screen. I'm more than impressed. It surprised me. I wasn't expecting it. It seems to have filled out, got richer. Lovely, that sort of secondary aromas.
It's got a bit of salted fish, salted anchovy.
You mentioned that earlier, and I think you're spot on that sort of garum character.
But like all Italian wines, especially Italian wines, they're foodies. I mean, this would go well with a pizza or something with a bit of salt, bit of garlic. It just really well balanced.
Ellie, have you ordered the pizza? Apparently not. It still doesn't have great length, but it's got more than enough interest, I reckon. It's you probably don't want to leave it a lot longer. I don't know that it's going to go much further than this, but it's certainly something that's I'm It's turned out better than I thought it would.
Well, aged wine, it's a different beast to rate than young wine. But for me, I think on the nose it's beautiful. It probably lacks a bit on the palate, but you know, give and take a little bit. I give it a 90, 91.
Yeah, I'm not unhappy with that. I think that's probably a fair score. It's right. It's a much better wine than I ever thought we'd be looking at for a 93 Italian Pinot. So I will concede that. Let us know what you think of Italian Pinot, because I'm sure you're all out there drinking it regularly. Pinot in general, aged wines, Italian wines, whatever. Drop us a note. And remember, or any final thoughts here?
We spit so you don't have to.